Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey guys, we want to learn about a process called Graphometric Analysis. It's a way to do filtering easy and actually pretty rapidly. So oftentimes you're going to have a liquid, and that liquid needs to be filtered. And the problem is if you wait for it to drip, 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 it's going to cause problems. So you have a funnel here. So you can see this is a funnel, but it comes apart. This is actually called a Buchner funnel. And if you look carefully, there's little holes in here, right? And so what you can do is you put this on here. You then take a piece of filter paper. Now the filter paper should be weighed because you're going to try and collect a solid substance on the top as you pour a liquid through here. So notice I put the filter paper in here. So find its mass. What you do is you'll pour a liquid that contains a solid into here and into this funnel. Now this funnel is a little bit unique. If you look at this, it's got this orange thing. This is like a little sleeve. It's a gasket. What it does is it allows it to sort of create a seal is what it's going to do. So you want to create a seal because what we want to do is we're going to do something called vacuum filtration. You take the Buchner funnel, and I don't know if you can see this, but this flask has an arm. This arm is hooked to a hose. This hose is then hooked to the sink. And when I turn on the water, as the water pushes out here, it's going to create a small vacuum. And what you do is you go like this. Now this uses a fair amount of water. And I turn this on like this, turn the water on, and you can't tell, but if I take it's like it's pulling the liquid out faster than if I just let gravity take its place. Hence we call this a gravimetric analysis. But the beauty of this is this will happen a lot faster. So to zoom in, you can see this right here, and then there's a hose, and the hose is then connected to this flask that is called a single arm flask. That makes sense, doesn't it? And then as I turn the water on, and the water just flows out of here. It creates a vacuum here. If I were to take my hand, let's say, and put it over the top, I can feel it sucking my hand into the tube. It's important that you have a seal, and then you weigh this thing before and afterwards, and that way you can essentially collect the solid substance inside of your filter. And I don't have any stuff on here, but you see this will then be covered with the solid substance that you're collecting. If you let this dry and then you weigh it again, then what are you going to have? But you're going to have the powder or the solid that you're trying to get out. Anyway, this is called gravimetric analysis through use of what's called a Buchner funnel, and it's vacuum filtration. And we've got these little doohickeys that cause that vacuum in all the rooms. Now, one caution I would give you is that it can make a mess. Be careful with the water. If you turn the water on too fast, it's going to splatter. Please don't bring your laptops, your electronic devices to the tables. Even as I've done this, though, the table's all wet. It's just what happens. It's a wet lab, so wet labs are going to make things wet. Okay?